Okay, it is Saturday, September 11th, and boys and I spent the morning doing some actual work at the house. So I want to show you kind of what we were doing. I've talked a little bit about this in other videos, so it's a good time, I thought, to take a look at it. So this is the Intello vapor barrier, but it's vapor permeable as well. It's basically a bulk water shield, and then will allow stuff to dry out if it were to get wet out behind it. And it was just kind of flapped over and like looking gross previously, and we've stapled it up. This is the same material that came through and will get flapped down on the inside of the basement walls to tie all the way down below the slab, and it will go up from here, as you'll see in a subsequent video. But this is kind of the condition it was in. We cleaned everything up. We had issues with penetrations over here, so there's some liquid flashing behind there, and we ran out of the liquid flashing, and that's why we stopped here. But I'm going to do more liquid flashing tomorrow. You'll see what it turns out on the other side. We had a lot of issues with the plywood not being affixed because a number of these were... This is one area, actually, the plywood came outside of this. It was like a big bulge. So I had to cut a bunch of stuff away and straighten it all out, and now, looking down the line, it's nice and straight. No bubbles in this wall anymore. So that is good. So yeah, stapled all up, and then we're taping any seams or tears. There were a lot of little tears on the back side here, and so you see this Wiglove tape that's made by the same company that makes this product. In the corners there's always a gap, so again, taping across that gap, and then we'll use the liquid flashing to detail that all out. And this is where we started the liquid flashing before we ran out. So heavy bead along here and on all the seams of, this was 2 different pieces of pressure treated sill. So anywhere that like air could escape or bugs could get in, that's what we're sealing up with this liquid flashing. And actually, I think I need to go back and do the underside here as well, because that's another, there is the foam barrier here, little foam sill seal. We also knocked all of these off because of the next step in the process that I'll describe in a minute. But you see all the little pieces of tape, so we have no holes or penetrations through the system. And again, kind of try to detail as best we can around all of these seams and gaps. It's going to be super tight when we're done. We went all the way through the basement, through behind here as well. I don't know if you can see down there. It's the same thing over here. So this is the ugly area that I think I pointed out in other videos, where the beam kind of came through and they cut this stuff away. And so basically I just had to use the liquid flash to spooge over the whole thing and seal it up. We also shot some spray foam behind it to tighten it up from the inside as well. Same thing over here. And where there was the gap where they had cut it away, we just used the tape to span there. So the one thing that we're going to do remaining is there's basically a big strip of adhesive back stuff that'll go several inches up the wall here. It's going to come all the way down, use this seam as like a fillet, and then it'll come out to basically the thickness of where the brick is going to land. So big flash over this whole thing, so it's a double seal. All of this, basically, as you've seen it here, you got both sides of the sill sealed, plus this, and this is the same stuff that goes all the way into the basement. And then there's another layer that will go on top of all this as a kind of belt and suspenders approach. So just after we kind of called it for dinner tonight, The boys and I, Will and Cole, helped a lot today, which was wonderful. And we called it, and then our contractor found more of this sealant that we need, the liquid flashing, that we'll be using. So I'll come back tomorrow, finish up all the liquid flash, and then while that side sets up, I'll be going through here and doing all the taping with Will and Cole to seal this all up. Then we're doing this kind of in a rush because Monday all these walls are going to turn blue with sealant. It's like a Tyvek product, but it has some properties that are a little bit better. It'll stand up better to weather. It's adhesive backed, and it's basically the same stuff as this product here that we're using everywhere else, but it's made for exterior use, and it's adhesive backed, so it's a little easier to go on. So all the plywood's getting covered up next week, and then we'll be basically weather tight except for the giant holes all over the house. So that's the update for today. When I'm done, I think I'll shoot a follow-up to this video where you can see the tape and all the details all the way around, getting tightened up. I'm going to be doing the same details in the basement because I get access to them, but the stuff way up top there that needs to get done and addressed, I'm not doing that because it's way up there. So when they have their scaffolding here and they're doing the blue skin, they'll be doing the tucking and taping way up top to pull it all together. But I think this is probably where most of the insects would get in down low. So it makes me feel good that I know it's done right, at least down here and again in the basement. So, all right. Till next time. See you soon.